I felt good. I felt great. Camp went great. Injury free. Cut went great. A lot of people thought I was up on the scorecards before that left hook from hell landed, So I made the wall. I knew what I signed up for, and that's what happened. Ilia was just a better man that night. That's just it. He was a better man that night. It was his night, and hats off to him. Does it sting? Does it hurt? Of course. I'm a human. That's what humans do, But it's trial by error. I got knocked down. I got knocked down before. I get right back up. Literally, this is the first time me getting knocked out. Literally, stat wise, but we come back, man. Come back every time, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the future. I only can get better. There's only up. Only thing left to do is go up from here. That's all I can say about it. I felt good. We'll watch the tape back. I was feeling good. I was landing my shots. He's landing shots. Just one of the shots that he landed was just much cleaner, and that's all she wrote. A lot of people then make excuses. They say this, they blame that. I ain't that type of man. You know how much times that I was on the other end of this? Yeah, I know how other families feel now, so it sucks, but this is the game. Mixed martial arts is the hardest sport to come back from stuff like this, In any other game, in baseball, basketball, football, you can have one off night, you can just totally suck. A couple of days later, you get to go back out there and just be the man again, and everybody will forget of the last performance, MMA is much different, man. You'd be lucky if you able to fight 2 to 3 times a year, 2 times a year. So it leaves a taste in a lot of people's mouths for a long time until I can erase it. So until I get the shot to erase it, we gotta live with it, man. I ain't gonna make no excuse. I ain't gonna say nothing. I did everything that I could control. That's all I can say. I came out short. I was on the other side for these a lot of times, It's a learning experience to be on this side. And a loss is only a loss if you don't learn. I learned a lot about myself. The main lesson I learned is just sometimes don't get too comfortable. Everybody talk about how hard a punch he is. His punches didn't feel any different from anybody else I ever fought. Like, it wasn't no big difference, He felt like anybody else in there. And he just landed something that landed. Even the one that landed didn't feel too crazy, So at the end of the day, it was just, I felt comfortable, I was in there, I ate some shots early. You're comfortable, you sit there, you try to do something, and it doesn't pay off, with great risks comes great reward, and sometimes with great risks just comes great failure, At the end of the day, if you are not reaching for the stars, then you're not living. Just because I feel short once doesn't mean it's gonna scare me off, This is what it is. This is mixed martial arts. This is MMA. This is sport. This is life. It's not how you start the race; it's how you finish. And it's a marathon, and we stay running this marathon. So, for all the fans, everybody who's sad and keep checking up on me, I'm alive. It's not a funeral. I didn't die, man. I didn't even go to sleep. I got dropped. I got punched. It is what it is. I got grounded probably a little bit. I was still conscious the whole time. I knew everything was going on. When Galder was above me, he told me stay there, lay down a little bit, catch my bearings, but I was fine. I mean, a lot of you guys are taking it harder than me, and I appreciate you guys for that. But at the end of the day, I'll be back. I've been put in a corner. Nobody puts bless in the corner, baby. Nobody puts bless in the corner, and I mean, when one door closes, another door is open, And I always told you guys, having options is always great. This might actually be, maybe it's like my Phoenix moment. From the ashes, we reborn. So we're on to bigger, better stuff, and walking through a new door and starting a new chapter. And I'm a big believer in saying never say never, And the big question right now is, was that your last fight at 145? You guys kind of saw me touch upon it in the press conference, and I can honestly say I think I'm done with 145. Your boy is, like I said, only getting older. I turned 33. This cut was, no excuses. This cut was easy, bro. You know, shout out to Tyler Method, shout out to my wife. They helped me make this cut really easy, but it takes a toll cutting weight, period, or whatever weight you are. Like I said, I had to give up ramen for my 45 camps, so I'm done with that. I don't ever want to give up ramen again. 155 here we come, and 155 is where I want to stay. This is a new chapter. This is where we start. This is where we begin, and I'm super excited for it. I cannot wait. You know, like I said, never say never, but I can honestly look you guys in the eyes and tell you guys, I'm probably not ever going back to 45. I loved what I did. I did what I did. You know, I did what I had to do there. I worked my way back. I clawed my way back up to the championship fight multiple times there. I was a champion. I defended it that weight. Now it's time to move on to the next chapter. And 155, there's a bunch of fun fights that I cannot wait to take. You know, we're going to take some time off. We're going to relax, heal. I owe my wife some downtime and some trips. So that's all we're going to do. But when I do make the return, it's going to be at 155, and we're there to stay. I went up to 155 on multiple occasions, you know. I went up to the first Topuria fight. But if you can see, you go back to that fight, your boy just made 155. The Muffin Top Max, that's what they called me back then. But when we went for the Justin Gaethje fight, we took it, we not serious, but we did the right things. But when we did take the Justin Gaethje fight, my thought was no matter what happened, win, lose, whatever happens, we was always going to fight Ilia Topuria next, you know. So while we was getting ready for that 55 fight, we always had in the back of our mind that I was coming back down to 45. So at the end of the day, I felt great, I felt good, but even the version you saw myself at 155 against Gaethje is not the full version, because we had the idea of going back to 45 because I wanted that world title, you know. I can't wait for the future, you know. If you guys thought that version of myself against Gaethje at 300 was good, I can't wait to get in the lab with my coach down Yap, put some size on, put some right sides without worrying about going back down a weight. I gotta sit down with the coaches. I gotta talk with the team. You know, my health always comes first. But you know, personally, if I got to choose a timeline, International Fight Week. I would love to be back on the 9th Island in Vegas. Huge fight card is International Fight Week all the time. So he's there at that moment, you know. I don't know who's going to be available at that time, but ideally, International Fight Week, Las Vegas, big fight card, making my return back to 155. And, you know, with me being ranked at 55 is great. Hopefully I can fight somebody in front of me. We get a big win, you know. Who knows? We might be knocking on another title fight at 155, you know, at lightweight. So at the end of the day, all I got to do is take care of myself, take care of my health, control what I can control. Get my body not physically but mentally ready to get back in the lab after, you know, a vacation and some much needed time off. And the BMF title is a 155 title, so if it's the BMF title with someone, so be it. If it's a #1 contender fight for 155, so be it. Whatever happens, happens, you know. Whatever UFC wants to throw at me, you know, whatever Dana White, Hunter them want. Especially with that BMF stuff, you know, before the fight they was talking about maybe doing a tournament. Who knows if that happens. There's a lot of guys at 55 with the BMF talk. A motto I live by, a motto my wolves live by is never effing give up, man. Never give up.